Traditionally, marketers have focused on heavy buyers, and it seemed like an obvious thing to do because they're the most important ones to protect. But new evidence that's coming out, especially by the Ehrenberg Bass Institute of Scientific Marketing, and just a little bit about them, they're the first to really bring together global data. So for the first time now, we have data from like across the world, across categories. And what Ehrenberg Bass found was that there's universal patterns, things that are repeated again and again in every market and in every category. And one of the things that they found is that the difference between a big brand and a small brand is not the number of fans that they have. You can have small brands with a great deal of brand lovers who really love their brand. What makes big brands big is the huge number of light buyers that they have. And in fact, if you look at these buyers, they're relatively indifferent, they're not particularly brand loyal, they know very little about the category often, and those are really the key people in terms of growth. So the implications for brands, there's quite a lot of implications. Firstly is that brands need to continuously go out and invite new audiences into their brand. So in terms of our portfolio, we've got brands like Toyota, brands like Wimpy. What we're doing with these brands is very consciously and actively now starting to go out and focus on people that we haven't traditionally been the core of the market. We don't have conclusive sort of knowledge to say whether we believe it or not, but it's quite a provocative sort of thought. Is Ehrenberg Bass also saying that they don't see evidence of ROI in loyalty schemes, which is obviously quite a controversial thing. What they're saying at a very fundamental level is that people will stay with you if they're satisfied. And if they're not satisfied, there's no loyalty scheme in the world that'll keep them with you. Secondly, they're saying that in all the categories where loyalty schemes have taken off, they've always been copied. So very quickly it doesn't become an advantage. And I suppose the real problem with them, and it's not that people don't like loyalty schemes, but the real problem with them is that they cost an enormous amount of money. So Ehrenberg Bass are saying they don't see the ROI coming off those loyalty schemes. It should be doing one of two things. It should either be attracting more people to your brand because they feel that you give them something that other people don't, or it should make people more loyal, so those that are with you, or get them to spend more. So, for example, if I'm a retailer, I have a loyalty scheme, I'd expect to get a bigger share of your wallet from other retailers who don't. But Ehrenberg Bass are saying they don't see that evidence in the market, and they don't see that paying people to stay with you produces significant results. And I quite like that. I quite like the fact that, you know what, look after me, make sure that I'm satisfied in what you do for me, and that's, you know, that's where our contract sits.